It started with an offhanded comment over dinner. Amanda had been swirling her wine, her expression one of practiced nonchalance. "I've been thinking," she said, her voice casual but her eyes sharp. "I need something more." I paused mid-cut into my steak, raising an eyebrow. "Something more?" "Excitement," she said, her lips curling in a faint smile. "You know, with other men." The words landed like a slab. My chest tightened, my appetite vanished, but I kept my composure. I'd heard about people who dabbled in open marriages, but this wasn't a mutual discussion. It was a declaration. Excitement. I repeated, setting my fork down. "What exactly are you saying, Amanda?" Her eyes flitted away, a glint of something, not guilt but defiance. "I love you, Andrew, but life is short. I want to explore." Explore. My heart pounded. She made it sound like she wanted to backpack across Europe, not betray our marriage vows. "And you thought this was the best way to bring it up?" I asked, my voice steady but icy. She shrugged, taking another sip of wine. "I'm just being honest. Isn't that what we always promise each other?" The audacity of her words left me stunned. I could have yelled, could have slammed my fist on the table, but I didn't. Instead, I nodded slowly, my mind already working. "You're right, Amanda. Honesty is important." Her face lit up with relief. She thought she'd won. But she had no idea what was coming. For the next few days, I played my role as the understanding husband. I listened as she rattled off her needs and her freedom, all while suppressing the rage building inside me. But rage, I've learned, is useless without a plan. So I planned. Amanda had always been meticulous about her social media. She curated her posts like a gallery exhibit, presenting a picture-perfect life to our friends and family. I'd never been one to delve into her account, but now I studied them carefully. I learned her patterns, her followers, the men who left overly familiar comments. One name stood out, Ryan. Ryan was a former coworker of hers, the kind of guy who wore too much cologne and posted gym selfies with motivational captions. I'd met him once at a company party and disliked him instantly. Now, I had reason to despise him. Using a fake account, I started messaging Ryan, pretending to be Amanda. He responded almost immediately, his tone flirtatious and eager. I felt sick reading his replies, but I pushed through, guiding the conversation to more explicit territory. Within days, I had screenshots of him gushing about how much he missed her and fantasized about the next time. Next time. That was all I needed. I confronted Amanda late one evening. She was lounging on the couch, scrolling through her phone, oblivious to the storm brewing. "Amanda," I said, my voice calm but firm, "we need to talk." She glanced up, annoyed. "What now?" I tossed my phone onto the coffee table. The screen lit up with Ryan's messages. Her face went pale. "Care to explain?" I asked, folding my arms. Her mouth opened and closed like a fish gasping for air. How did I find out?" I interrupted, my voice rising. "Does it matter? You've been lying to me, Amanda, while I've been here, building a life with you. You've been throwing it away. For what? This clown." "It's not what it looks like," she stammered. I laughed bitterly. "Oh, it's exactly what it looks like. But don't worry, I've already taken care of it." Her eyes widened. "What do you mean?" I leaned in, my face inches from hers. "I've sent those messages to Ryan's wife and his boss, and just for good measure, I forwarded them to our friends and family." Her gasp was audible. "You didn't." "Oh, I did. And that's not all." I straightened, my voice cold. "Tomorrow, I'm meeting with a divorce lawyer. You want excitement, Amanda? Fine. You can have it, but you'll have it without me." The fallout was immediate. Ryan's wife filed for divorce within days, and his employer didn't take kindly to the scandal. Amanda's social media exploded with questions and judgment, her carefully curated image crumbling under the weight of her lies. She tried to reach out, begging me to reconsider, but I ignored her. My decision was final. A week later, I moved out, leaving her alone in the house we'd once called home. I'd made sure to transfer my half of the mortgage to her name before I left. If she wanted to explore, she could do it on her own dime. Months passed and life moved on. I focused on rebuilding, pouring my energy into work, hobbies, and friends who'd stood by me. Amanda, meanwhile, became a pariah. Her reputation was in tatters. Her excitement turned into a nightmare she couldn't escape. I heard through mutual acquaintances that she'd lost her job after rumors of her infidelity spread to her workplace. Ryan, it seemed, hadn't been worth it after all. One evening, I received an unexpected message from her. It was short and desperate. "I'm sorry. Can we talk?" I stared at the screen for a long moment before deleting the message. There was nothing left to say. Amanda had made her choice, and I'd made mine. In the end, she'd gotten the excitement she wanted, just not in the way she'd imagined. But the story didn't end there. As I rebuilt my life, I discovered that Amanda's betrayal had taught me more than I ever expected. I joined a support group for people who had gone through similar experiences. It was there that I met people who had been through worse, but had found ways to turn their pain into purpose. Their stories inspired me, and I decided to channel my energy into something meaningful. I started a podcast where people could anonymously share their experiences of betrayal and healing. It gained traction quickly, as listeners resonated with the raw, unfiltered emotions and resilience that came through in each episode. My podcast not only became an outlet for my own healing, but also helped countless others find solace and strength. Amanda's life, on the other hand, continued to spiral. She attempted to rebuild her reputation, but the internet is unforgiving. Screenshots don't disappear, and whispers at parties turn into outright avoidance. She moved to a smaller town to escape the judgment, but found herself isolated and bitter. Mutual friends told me she started dating someone new, but the relationship fizzled quickly. Trust doesn't come easy when you betrayed someone so deeply. As for me, the podcast opened doors I never anticipated. I was invited to speak at events, sharing my story and encouraging others to find their strength in the face of adversity. Each time I stepped on stage, I felt a surge of purpose, a sense that I was finally living a life aligned with my values. One day, years later, I received a letter in the mail. It was from Amanda. The envelope was plain, her handwriting neat but hesitant. I debated throwing it away, but curiosity got the better of me. Inside was a single page, an apology that felt genuine, even if it was far too late. So guys, if you all liked today's story, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you for watching.